He's been here, only won once. That tells you how hard it is to ride this wall for 267 laps.
One more good one.
Wow, for Larson, who's only led 18 laps today.
Yeah, I mean, he's flat out the best at riding the wall.
Kyle Larson about to become the third winningest driver for Hendrick Motorsports, behind Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson. 2/3 of the clean sweep for the weekend, and coming around turn 4 for his 30th career win, Kyle Larson for Hendrick Motorsports and Chevrolet wins in Homestead. That's a big win for him. Good.
Kyle Larson achieved his 30th career NASCAR Cup Series victory at Homestead-Miami Speedway this weekend, seizing a win that seemed destined for his Hendrick Motorsports teammate, Alex Bowman. The dramatic finish of the Straight Talk Wireless 400 on Sunday, March 23, 2025, delivered one of the most shocking conclusions we've seen this season. With just 7 laps remaining, Bowman's costly mistake against the wall handed Larson an opportunity that the former champion pounced on without hesitation. The moment transformed what would have been Bowman's celebratory day into a public admission of failure that resonated throughout the NASCAR world. This victory marks Larson's first win of the 2025 season and his second career cup win at Homestead. The significance cannot be overstated. Larson becomes just the 30th driver in NASCAR history to reach 30 career wins, solidifying his position as the third winningest driver in Hendrick Motorsports' illustrious history. Alex Bowman entered the weekend with momentum, securing the pole position during Saturday's qualifying with a blistering lap of 168.845 miles per hour in 31.982 seconds. This marked his first pole of the 2025 season and 6th of his career. The achievement was particularly noteworthy as Bowman had never previously led a single lap at Homestead throughout his career.
Coming up one spot short today, what have you seen from them early this year?
Yeah, listen, I think this performance all weekend to have that solid of a weekend pole, pit stops were great. They were basically in the top 5 all day long, led a bunch of laps. So to be leading at the end, contending, I mean, that does a lot for a race team. And I think we saw the momentum building with that team last year, at the end of last year, and you just hope that they can build on that and carry that into the season.
For Bowman, the pole position represented a remarkable turnaround at a track where he had historically struggled. The driver attributed his improved performance to a 2024 test session at the 1.5-mile oval, originally conducted to help Goodyear develop wet weather tires. Honestly, I don't think we were nearly as good as we were at the test, especially at running the wall, Bowman said. I just couldn't run the wall well all weekend, really, which was what I could do really well at the test. Meanwhile, Larson started from 14th position, making his eventual triumph even more impressive. His weekend at Homestead was part of an ambitious triple-header attempt across NASCAR's 3 national series. After winning Friday's Truck Series race, Larson fell short in Saturday's Xfinity Series event despite leading 132 of 201 laps, getting bumped on an overtime restart by Sam Mayer. The disappointment from Saturday's near miss only heightened the drama for Sunday's Cup Series race, as Larson looked to salvage his weekend with a strong performance. When the green flag waved, pole sitter Alex Bowman rocketed his number, 48 Ali Chevrolet ahead from the inside lane. The field fanned out through the first turns while jostling for position. Bowman led the opening lap ahead of Josh Berry, Noah Gragson, and Ryan Blaney. Blaney quickly emerged as the dominant force. On lap 8, he went beneath Bowman for the lead through turns 3 and 4. After a brief duel, Blaney muscled his number 12 Dent Wizard Ford Mustang Dark Horse ahead, entering the first 2 turns. By lap 15, Blaney had stretched his advantage to 1.5 seconds over Berry. The race settled into a rhythm with Blaney extending his lead to nearly 4 seconds by lap 25. The first cycle of green flag pit stops commenced around lap 31, with various strategies playing out across the field. Once the pit cycle concluded, Blaney cycled back to the front with a commanding 7-second advantage over Bowman. The first caution flew when Christopher Bell, running in the top 15, spun his number. 20 Rheem Toyota entering the front stretch. During the caution period, the leaders pitted, with Blaney maintaining the top spot. At the conclusion of Stage 1 on lap 80, Blaney claimed his second stage victory of the 2025 season. Bowman followed in second place ahead of Chase Briscoe, Larson, and Austin Cindric. A significant incident occurred during pit stops after stage 1 when Josh Berry made contact with Larson's car that bounced Berry into Joey Logano's path. Both Berry and Logano spun backward in their pit stalls. Larson's number 5 Chevrolet sustained minimal left side damage but remained competitive. The second stage saw Bowman briefly take the lead before Blaney reasserted control on lap 94. As the laps clicked away, Denny Hamlin assumed the lead from Blaney on lap 162 amidst lapped traffic. Hamlin would go on to win stage 2, with Larson finishing second. The final stage began with Larson and Hamlin on the front row. After some initial jockeying, Bubba Wallace moved to the front. With 60 laps remaining, a pivotal moment occurred when third-place Blaney, who had led a race-high 124 laps, suffered a catastrophic engine failure. "I didn't have any warning," Blaney said. "It just laid over when I got back to wide open down the front, and that was all she wrote. Just stinks. Really fast Ford Mustang, led a lot of laps." This marked Blaney's second consecutive DNF due to engine failure, dealing a devastating blow to the 2023 Cup champions' early season momentum. The race restarted with 50 laps remaining. A 3-wide battle for the lead erupted between Larson, Wallace, and Bowman going through the first 2 turns. Wallace muscled his number, 23 Columbia Toyota ahead entering the backstretch, while Bowman, Larson, and Hamlin battled 3 wide for second place. With 40 laps remaining, Wallace led by 1 second over Bowman, with Larson, Briscoe, and Hamlin completing the top 5. Despite Bowman's efforts to close the gap, Wallace maintained control. Then came the decisive sequence. With 33 laps remaining, Bowman side-drafted Wallace entering the backstretch and dueled with him before sliding up in turns 3 and 4 to take the lead. Bowman extended his advantage to a full second over Wallace with 20 laps to go. Larson began his methodical charge forward at this point. First, he overtook Briscoe for third place entering the first 2 turns. Next, he passed Wallace for second through the backstretch with 11 laps remaining. The gap to Bowman stood at 1 second. With 7 laps to go, Larson, who had spent the previous 3 laps steadily reducing Bowman's lead while rim-riding near the outside wall, capitalized on a critical error. Bowman scraped the outside wall, entering the front stretch, losing momentum. Larson pounced, diving beneath Bowman to seize the lead with 6 laps remaining. "I just tried to get too much there and hit the fence a couple times," Bowman said. "Bent the right front suspension and lost feel of where I was at with the right front being bent and then really hit the fence and let the 5 by." Larson stretched his advantage to more than a second over Bowman by the time the white flag waved. With Bowman unable to recover from his wall contact, Larson cruised to victory by a margin of 1.205 seconds. Kyle Larson's post-race comments reflected both the difficulty of his win and the satisfaction it brought after previous disappointments at Homestead. For Bowman, the disappointment was palpable despite notching his first top 5 finish of 2025. His assessment of his performance revealed the sting of a missed opportunity.